Hey guys. Okay, so everybody really wanted it on my personal page, and I feel really bad for all of my allergy friends because there's only a few of you that vote for allergies every time, and then everybody else wants the fun stuff. So I promise at some point we will talk allergies for all my sneezy friends. For today, we're going to talk about brain gains. For those who do know or don't know, I'm a naturopathic medical doctor as well as a chiropractor. And in naturopathic medicine, we talk a lot about the foundations for health. And that really goes into anything, but especially brain and memory and things like that. So some of the biggest things for foundational health in brain health is sleep. Sleep, like we talked about last week. And I forgot to show you guys, these are my blue light filtering glasses. They're phonetic eyewear. I love them. I don't wear like normal glasses, but these are just blue light filtering. So they're going to block the light that's emitted from computers and TVs and things like that to help us get that really good melatonin production that should be ramping up from sunset until we go to bed so we can get that REM sleep, because that's where we have more of that growth hormone happening, and that's going to help with our memory and cognition and things like that. And of course, there's other ways to produce growth hormone, but sleep is very important. Also, a really cool thing happens when we sleep, when we get into that deep sleep. There's this whole lymphatic system, or kind of a sewer cleaning system of our brain. And when we sleep, our brain kind of shrinks in, and this fluid washes all through our brain and helps clean out all the toxins. So again, sleep, very, very important for brain health. Your gut health, again, always going back to that, is really, really important for everything, but especially your brain, because that's where a lot of your neurotransmitters are made, the things that communicate different signals to the rest of your body. So they found that IBS in particular, or other imbalances in your gut health, can really affect your memory. We talk about brain fog, especially seen in people with IBS, food sensitivities, any sort of hyperpermeability in the gut, which we can talk about another time too. Endocrine hormones, so your endocrine system also, again, has to do with your gut, but your hormones are really important. So if you have hypothyroidism, even hyperthyroidism, low testosterone, or an estrogen imbalance as a female or even as a male, it can affect our foggy or cognition or short-term, long-term memory, things like that. And then, of course, there's food and water, which is really, really important. So making sure you're getting the right nutrients in. And then again, that goes back to the gut health of how are you digesting it and using all the nutrients that you're taking in. So those are the foundations that tend to do with brain health. And then I was just going to talk about a couple herbs that I love and a couple nutrients that I love, and a product that I have on hand that I used all of when I was taking my board. So some of the herbs that are really important for brain health or cognition or any of that actually have to do more with getting small blood flow to the brain. So the brain has a lot of smaller blood vessels and things like that, and you want to increase the blood flow so that you can get more nutrients to your brain. Some of those herbs are bacopa. A few of us have probably heard about rosemary, and when I was in naturopathic medical school, we would either smell the essential oil of rosemary, or we would actually take bunches of rosemary and just keep smelling it. And the trick is you have to smell it while you're learning too, so that it then enhances your memory of things. It's really amazing, but they've actually shown that it can increase your memory recall and things like that by 50%. So rosemary is awesome. Ginkgo biloba is also probably a very common one known for it. Again, it has to do with bringing more blood flow to small blood vessels, and that brings it all to the brain. Centella or gotukola, one of my favorites for sure. And Salvia officinalis, or sage, is also really great for that. So this was my favorite thing ever when I was going through boards. It's Bacopa Complex. It has Bacopa, Schizandra, Eleutherococcus, rosemary. It's very, very strong, but it's amazing. And I always recommend it to all my friends when we're taking boards or having to make sure our brain's on point. But things like that, we're only going to be taking for a couple months or so, because you kind of want to balance things out. So that's just an option. One of my favorite things, again, or not again, I should probably say, I am a medical doctor, but I might not be your medical doctor. So make sure that you are consulting with your healthcare professional, or contacting me or somebody else for your holistic medical care, naturopathic medicine. So those are some of the herbs that are my favorite. And then some of the nutrients, there's a lot of nutrients that are really important. A good amount of these really have to do for me with digestion, how you're actually getting the nutrients out of your food sources and things like that. But they have found studies with B12 and omega-3 together are really big for improving cognition and memory. It was interesting. There's a lot of things we found when you take a single piece of something, it doesn't work as well as the whole thing. And that's one of the biggest things with herbal medicine is using the whole plant as it is, or using food as it is, so that you can get it how nature kind of put it together to get the most out of it. So B12 with omega-3s, that definitely helps with cell membrane fluidity. That makes a big difference for how information can go through and how the cells can work. So then there's L-theanine, which is super calming and awesome. Definitely something I've taken before tests. Choline, which is found in a lot of B complexes. It's found in eggs and lecithin. SAMe has been found to increase memory and cognition, especially in people with depression. DHEA or DHA, also very important, kind of going back into that endocrine hormone system. Phosphatidylserine helps to build the building blocks of your nerve cells and things like that. So it's very important to do the foundational stuff, but also help with the structural part of anything in your nervous system. ALA, acetyl-L-carnitine, those things. ALA is alpha-lipoic acid. Those two together have been found to really support mitochondria, and those mighty mitochondria are what give our cells in our body energy, and the more we work out, the more mitochondria we produce, and the more you use something, the more you gain. So supporting our mitochondria is really, really important for energy and everything. And then lutein, which is found in like leafy greens, and then overall just antioxidants. So some of the biggest things is foundational health, sleep, gut, endocrine hormones, food, water, but also exercise. Get yourself moving, get the blood actually moving to those places so that you can enhance and support your system and have healthy like detox and cleaning and things like that. And then the few herbs I talked about, and otherwise some nutrients. So let me know if you guys have any questions or what you want to know more about. I'm happy to keep doing these Tuesday talks and sharing some of my knowledge. But if you guys have any questions or any further needs, just let me know. My business account is rebalance.doc, so please show me some love there and follow me. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week.